Hello and an extremely warm welcome back to the channel. Many thanks for looking in. And here the Hornby G100 live steam rocket. I'm hoping that this video we're going to get it under steam and hopefully outside and around the track. Now as I film this it's much too windy. It's really windy for the time of year, so I just thought I'd make the first part of the video indoors. So let's bring you right up to date with how this restoration is going. If you saw the last video, you'll have seen that I managed to take the safety valve apart and I've put it back together. A little bit of not too strong thread lock on the adjusting screw. I've set it to blow off at about 18 psi and it then reseats at between 12 and 14, so I think that's perfectly safe. Now I have put the boiler all back together and you'll notice that this little decoration that fits over the safety valve, well, I've pulled it off. It's got lots of lugs. I've pulled it off and I've drilled and I've put two extremely small self tappers, and the reason for that is I want to be able to get it off in the future without having to take it all apart. So if I just pop that back down and I can just then screw these two really small black self tappers into the boiler casing, and they really are excellent. I mean, it's just get that in. I hope you can see I'm just nipping those down. They don't need to be too tight. Just failing to get the screwdriver in there. There we go. And then that's back and looking good on the model, but it's easily removable. So if I need to get to that safety valve in the future, two little screws and there we are. None of this taking the boiler all apart. Here I have the new fuel tank. Let's see, take a look at that. Beautifully engineered, made of metal. It's got the output and the filler valve on this one is in the top, so you don't have to unscrew it. So I'm just going to actually fit that now. So I'll take the barrel off and it fits the threads really nicely, and I'll just screw it down to a nice seat to an O-ring. Okay, well, I think there's nothing like a bit of a test, so I'm going to make sure the burner's off. I'm going to hopefully do all of this without pausing the video. Let's see if I can get some gas in this burner. So I'm just going to put the aerosol over and give it a press. I can hear that going into the new tank. And we'll just give it a couple of presses just to equalise the pressure. Okay. Well, no hissing or any noises there. Now you'll have to excuse, there's a bit of a loud noise outside at the moment. I don't know whether that's coming through. Okay. Seems good. Just pop the barrel on there and let's just listen to hear if the gas comes through the burner. Yeah, I don't know whether you heard that hiss, but I've got gas at the burner. Okay, well, we're going to have some fun now. You'll notice the bung is out. Going to put some water in the boiler. I've got some deionized water here. Now it holds from dry, and it is dry because I'm yet to put any water in at all, about 68 ml. So I'm just going to start putting a drop of water in. Now apparently you can't overfill this boiler. It just finds its own level. I think the filler neck just extends down into the boiler, and when it's got the right amount of water in, it just overflows slightly. But I'm just going to put it in very gently. It doesn't hold much water. 68 ml is not a huge amount. Just go right. Well, I'm up to the top now. It's actually dripping out onto the underneath. We're up to capacity. Just put a little bit of tissue under there. So we're fueled up with gas. got some water in there. We're going to go for a steam up. Now, there's no need to worry about this. It's a well ventilated workshop, so I'm quite safe. So I'm just going to tighten that down. I'm not going to tighten it too much, but you do get a tool in the box. Just give it a little. Okay, well I haven't, let's see if I can light the burner up on the camera. Now I'm just moving tools out of the way. I've got a gas match here. It doesn't light every time, it's quite old. That's away. So let's turn the gas on. Now the secret with this apparently is to not have it too alight. I'm probably just going to... Okay, I probably should have practiced this. Okay, I'm just going to turn this gas off. Not as easy as it looks, you'll have to excuse me. I'm just going to turn this so I can peer into the box to see if I can get a flame. Now it does say in the instructions to use a long match. Ooh. Oh well. That's on. Yeah, possibly not the greatest way to light it, but the instructions say now to bring the burner up slowly. Now I hope you can perhaps hear a little bit of a roar. Not going to go too mad. Let's just get some... Let's just get this going a bit more. Okay, that sounds good. Nice blue flame through there, so we've got good combustion. Sorry I can't show you that. Now while that's roaring away, take a look at this. Now, steam oil. Here's a lovely little oil can that I found, which I've been using on this, made in England by Muller and Co. I don't know whether you can see the writing on that. It's a lovely little oiler. It says valve spout. Well, it has indeed got the most beautiful applicator. Now if I just hold it up, it's not coming out. I give it the gentlest squeeze and you can just get one drop of oil at a time. So it's really nice period thing, and depending on whether the camera is going to focus in on it, it's got some valve spouts and then a little bit more information, but a beautiful little oiler. So I'm just going to put a couple of drops. I've done the oilers in the cylinders with steam oil. I'm just going to put a little bit on these linkages while we're waiting for it to warm up, and just on the con rod bearings there. So like I mentioned earlier, there's no reruns for filming this. I wanted to do it all first time for you to see. And that's probably why I didn't light it up probably as nicely as I'd have wanted. Just circulate these, just get a bit of oil circulating around. Okay, I'm going to turn this up a bit now. And I can already feel definitely heat. It does say don't put your hand above the chimney. The heat, the exhaust is, there is heat coming through that boiler tube. Okay, well I've got a little small pot here which I'm going to raise the front of the loco up, because the idea is to get this running under steam, hopefully sitting on this bit of track. So I'm just going to, there's a bit of hydraulicking going on now. I can feel a little bit of water being forced into the cylinders. Well, that's perfectly normal. Great noise from that burner. I'm really looking forward to getting this outside. It's starting to, I think we're starting to get a little bit of pressure up. Let's just give it another minute or two. As you can see, we had a little bit of movement there, and it is just starting, I think, to want to go. I want to try and get the wheels to go forwards. A bit more burner maybe. Apparently we're supposed to control the speed of this with the burner. According to the instructions, we've got quite a drop of water leaking out now, and considering how much went in, I want to be careful. Oh, well, it's away backwards. Let me just see if I can get it to go forwards. Really wants to go backwards, but I want it to go forwards. Well, let's just let it run backwards for a minute. As you can see, that's no problem. I think pushing it on the track is going to be the way to get it to start. No. What a shame. I just had it going forwards there, but let's enjoy it going backwards for a minute. Runs just as well on steam as it did on there, forwards. Okay, let's get some more power. We've got some nice vapour coming out of the chimney. I don't know whether you can see that, possibly not, but it's running absolutely beautifully. So here's the first run of the rocket under its own power. The new fuel tank is a great success. Safety valve isn't leaking, and it seems to be going at quite a nice speed. Just slightly increase the speed there. Well, there's only one thing left to do then now, isn't there? We've got to get the track out and get this thing set up outside. I'm really pleased to report there's no unnecessary noises from the cylinders or the valves. Everything's very smooth. I really think this is going to be a great success on the track. Though judging by the way that wheel's going, I do think it's going to be able to pick up some speed. Now, one person left in the comments that theirs went so fast they tied a piece of string to it so they could maintain attitude control. We'll see whether that's necessary. Another person commented that some of these tend to run better than others. Well, I'm very happy with this. This is great. Okay, well, I think that's enough for a test run on the bench, so I'm going to put the burner out. So I'll just extinguish the gas supply. And very quickly the boiler runs low on pressure. So there we go. So I'll just remove this pot, sand it back down on the tracks. There's quite a little bit of oil mixed in with the water here, but that's perfectly normal. I think it's very important to put oil in both of these oilers before every running session. But I can guarantee that the flame is safely extinguished, and I'm just going to let it cool down now. Well, I really hope I get the opportunity to get this outside. I think I might, as this is a one-shot video, I might just bring this video to an end saying if I don't get it outside before I want to upload this video for Wednesday night, it will be shortly after. I will do an extra video, but hopefully now we'll be able to cut to seeing this outside on 50 feet of plastic track. Hello, and an extremely warm welcome back, and it's the next day. I'm outside. Bear Snooze is on duty. Just take a quick look at him there. Welcoming you to the first attempt at steaming the rocket round this quite large oval I've assembled. I hope you can see it. Now we've got a little bit of bright sunshine coming in and out, so I don't know how that's going to affect the camera. Now the burner's already alight. I just look down here. I managed to get these very good matches off Grandma Snooze. She always has useful stuff about. It's got water in it, it's got gas in it. The burner's on, so we'll be back with that in a second. Over on the table I've got the coach ready in case we have a go with that. There's just 2 pieces of track left out of the 2 boxes. I think the dog's interested. Let's just take a look through here. Are you coming? Dylan? Come on. Come on. That's a good boy. Come on. You come this way. No? You going to stay there? Okay. Maybe he doesn't like the noise of the burner. So, it's been alight now for about 2-3 minutes, so let's see what we can get going. I think it's time for me to get a little bit more burn on. Now the camera isn't picking up the vapour, but there is something coming out of the chimney. Now I'm just going to gently start. Oh, we have some action, don't we? Let's get some more power. I might have to charge and slow it down if it goes crazy, but let's see what happens. Okay, well I think we just need a little bit more steam. And increase the burner yet again. There's lots of hissing noises. Does seem like we're away. What a great thing to look at, this. Going much better than I thought. So I'm going to step away and catch it coming down this side of the track. Well, it's actually going at quite a nice speed. So it's in the shade now. And let's just see if I can follow this around a bit. Now this is going much better than I thought. Really happy with this. And there she goes into the shade. So I'm sorry about the shaky camera. I'm desperate not to trip up on the track. But this is going at a really nice speed, isn't it? So with the 2 pieces I haven't used, we're just under 50 feet of usable track here. I've inserted straights halfway around each section of curve just to even it out a bit, because I thought it might be like my Mammoth train that just went absolutely bonkers, but this is running quite nicely. So let me see if I can get some closer shots for you now. I think it would be great to get a set of those Y points and just add a little siding. Might keep an eye out for some on eBay. Well, this is an excellent runner. No noise at all from the pistons or the con rods, just smooth running, And these slabs are quite rough, so there's a bit of an uneven surface under the track, but it's handling it well. So I'm just going to stop it now. Whoa. Now, I wonder if I can just turn the steam down a bit. Now, I know you can't see anything, but I don't really want to stop the camera. I've wedged it with a stone. Right. Just over now. I wonder if it's going to have enough steam left for a couple of laps with the coach. So, the coach does feel quite heavy. So I move the handbrake. More burner. I think we're out of gas. The burner is indeed quiet now. So I think I'm going to pause the video just here. Indeed, the burner has gone out, and we'll have a refuel, and then we'll finish off with another session round this loop, pulling this excellent Liverpool and Manchester coach. So join me in a second once I get this fueled up again. Okay, well, much easier to light the second time. I guess everything's warm. There's the coach. Water and fuel back in the rocket. Burner going well. Listen to that. So I'm going to just increase that and see whether we're getting any steam up yet. Not quite. But it's such great fun. I've taken just an hour out from the workshop. I have got a couple of jobs to get done, so I won't be able to get distracted too long with this, but I really wanted to get it running after the video I did with it in the workshop. Okay. I think it's nearly ready to go, isn't it? Fantastic. And I think I'm, with the extra weight of the coach, going to crank up that burner a little bit more. It's much easier to start it just by pushing it than when I had the wheels in the air. I just don't think it's quite got sufficient steam up yet. I think the burner might be at maximum. Don't seem to be able to get any more raw. Let's try it again. Well, I certainly don't seem to be having quite the same amount of success this time. Oh no, more power. Always good. That sounds better. Right, let's give it a try now. I think we're nearly there. Yeah, this coach is really giving it something to think about. I do hope we'll be able to get it to go right round the track. There's a bit of wind now, which could be counteracting the burner. So let's try again. Let's give it a hand. Certainly the friction of the coach is slowing it down on the curves. I do think we're up to more or less maximum pressure now. I certainly don't think it would pull two of these coaches. Still just crawling along, though that's a little bit of an incline there. And round it goes. Well, I hope you've enjoyed seeing this restoration. We've gone from an item that's been sitting on a shelf for many years, never ever used, to seeing it going around. And I have to say, it's great fun, this. Okay, I think for the final part of the video, I'm just going to unhook the coach, put that to one side. It's just quite heavy, and we'll just let the engine go around nicely by itself. There's no doubt that the little bit of breeze that's picked up now is probably cooling the engine. When I ran my Mammoth trains, I remember that as soon as you get a bit of a cold breeze, the efficiency of the boiler just is so diminished. But hey, it's a toy, isn't it? A toy train, and look at it. A mixture of flame and water, and we've got real steam movement around this great plastic track. Well, thanks for bearing with these videos. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this item brought back to life. Next week we're going to be back up in the loft, and we're going to run a train set from the last two we saw. So until that video, I'll leave you with a few shots of this Hornby G100 rocket, and I'll say until the next video, goodbye.